In Proverbs 20 and verse 12, we find the wise Solomon making this statement: "The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both." There is design in the creation of the body. Aside from the aesthetic beauty of two ears and one mouth as opposed to one ear and two mouths, there is a divine message in the hearing ear and the seeing eye. You see, the Lord has made the body in such a way that we should be using our hearing and our seeing before we use our speaking. Let's begin by talking about the hearing ear. It seems that many people hear with their ears, but do not hear with their ears. In Job chapter 34 and verse 3, Elihu said that the ear tests the words as the palate tastes food. Jesus exhorted in multiple chapters in the book of Revelation, "He who has an ear, let him hear." Friends, God designed the ear that it should be used for hearing more than just sound, but also to have the ability to discern what is being said in harmony with our ability of reason. James gets to the root of the problem when he says, "So then, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. For the wrath of man does not produce the righteousness of God." James 1, verses 19 through 20. We like to be slow to hear and swift to speak, but taking time to be holy is taking time to listen twice as long as the time we devote to speech. Someone said that God has given man 2 ears to hear more than the 1 mouth to speak. Now let's talk about the seeing eye. Learning to listen comes from training the eye to see and hear. As the ear is closed to listen, the eye is open to gain a foothold in the pride of the heart. Righteousness requires the eye to be trained to discern the right things to say. The Lord designed the eye to see clearly the needs of others, and Jesus looked upon people with compassion, and his eyes were always seeking the good that could be found in them. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion for them because they were weary and scattered like sheep, having no shepherd. Matthew 9 and verse 36. You see, the seeing eye of Jesus was upon the needs of the people. The eye is important to the ear so that we can listen and perceive how to best serve the needs of others. So now let's put these two concepts together: the hearing ear and the seeing eye. Psalm 139 and verse 14 tells us that the body has been designed in perfection. The human body has been designed in the way that God wants it to be. Ears serve to take in sound, as the eye reveals the needs that are before us that will be blessed when the mouth opens in truth. Now, with 2 ears and 2 eyes, the mouth should be outnumbered. Oh, but as James tells us in James chapter 2, so often the tongue becomes unruly. So often we allow the tongue to run free. And as it says, the tongue is filled with deadly poison. When we use the mouth more than the ear and the eye, friends, we're going to find ourselves in trouble. We're going to run off at the mouth and speak before we think and get ourselves into situations that we don't need to be in. We need to learn to listen with our ears and to see with our eyes, so that when the mouth is engaged, it will only speak that which is right. It will only speak what we have heard and what we have seen. I want to leave you today with a passage from Psalm 19 and verse 14. "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer." Friends, I encourage you to consider these things that have been discussed today. Thank you for joining us for The Noble Searcher, and have a blessed day.